We're just about a month deep into the 2023-24 season, but there are already a couple of players who are showing that they're just a tier above everyone else and have been balling like crazy. Well, in today's video, I'll be running down the top 10 NBA players this season. But before we get to the actual list, let me start off by talking about the honorable mentions. And the first guy that falls into this category is Tyrese Haliburton. When the Kings made that blockbuster trade with the Pacers 2 seasons ago, everyone knew that they were giving up a superstar in the making. And turns out, Haliburton is becoming exactly the way people expected him to be. Across 11 games so far, he's one of the rising young talents in the league, averaging 23.5 points together with 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and he currently leads the NBA in assists with 11.6 a ball game. On top of that, he's also shooting 50.8% from the field and 43.2% from beyond the arc. The Pacers are surging right now with an 8-5 record, and Haliburton's elite playmaking and facilitating have a lot to do with that. He's playing at an all-star level right now, and I expect this to continue for the rest of the season. Anyway, next on the list for honorable mentions is Minnesota's Anthony Edwards. If you take a quick glimpse at his career trajectory, you can see that the Ant-Man is just peaking at the right time, because this season, he's averaging career highs on scoring, rebounding, assists, steals, and he's also shooting at a high clip right now from the field, 3-point distance, and the foul line. In my view, Edwards is shaping up to be the next big thing in the league, and it looks like he's already settled in his 4th year, as he's playing at such a smooth pace right now, and he's finally learned how to use his athleticism together with his craftiness and right balance. With 13 games in, the T-Wolves are on top of the standings in the West, and the success that they're enjoying right now can be pinned down to Edwards' all-star play on top of how they're locking teams up with their solid defense. The Ant-Man is taking the all-star reins away from Cat with the way he's hooping right now, and I think Cat has accepted his new role, adjusted to this arrangement pretty well, which is probably why they're playing real well right now. Now, off to our official top 10 list. We kick off this list with none other than the ageless wonder, LeBron James. The soon-to-be 39-year-old is proving that he can still play with the young cats in the NBA. And take note, he's not just posting regular stat lines, but he's putting up unimaginable numbers for a player his age. The King is stuffing the stat sheet by racking up 26.4 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 6.4 assists in the last 14 games. But what's even more crazy is that he's shooting at a career high of 58.6% from the field. And he's also splashing down 39.7% from 3, which is his second highest output in terms of 3-point efficiency since the 2012-2013 season. People have been running out of superlatives to say about LeBron, as he would defy the laws of time and physics by performing at a high level year after year. I could have simply put LeBron to a higher spot, but with the shaky start of the Lakers with an 8-6 record, I can't put him anywhere else except from the 10th place right now. But nonetheless, this old man still deserves his flowers for carrying the purple and gold yet again this season, and proving that he's still the big dog in La La Land. Anyway, at number 9, we got Domantas Sabonis of the Sacramento Kings. I know, this one is a tough entry, but if you've been following the Kings games closely as of late, Sabonis is actually the man that's been making things work for them, especially on the offensive end. Across 13 games thus far, he's averaging 20 points, 12.6 rebounds, and 7.1 assists, while shooting a career best of 62.7 from the field, and knocking down 37.5% of his shots from 3. With numbers like that, he emerges as one of the early frontrunners for the MVP race this season. And his impact can definitely be felt on both ends for the Kings this season, as they currently sit at the 5th spot in the West. Everything pretty much revolves around him as he serves as the fulcrum of the Kings' offense, and his triple threat ability to pass, score, and defend makes him one of the most well-rounded bigs in today's NBA. Alright, moving on here, at number 8, we have Jason Tatum. There's a lot of speculation going around about Tatum on how he'll bounce back following their finals loss against the Warriors 2 seasons ago. And based on his last year's performance, including this latest season, it seems that this 25-year-old has shrugged off the bitter memories of the 2022 finals and is now on his road to redemption. After averaging a career high of 29.3 points per game last season, Tatum is currently following it up by averaging 28.2 points, 9 rebounds, and 4.1 assists on 50.7% shooting from the field and 38.4% from downtown. Despite Jaylen Brown making headlines for recently signing the biggest deal in NBA history, Tatum is still the alpha in Boston, with the way he's carrying the offensive load for them night in and night out, which can be reflected in their hot 11-3 start. And from an individual standpoint, Tatum is emerging to become one of the greatest ISO scorers in history. So there's really no debate here in terms of his inclusion on this list. Anyway, up next at number 7, we got the easy money sniper, Kevin Durant. The Suns' biggest acquisition in history certainly lives up to his IG handle, as KD is still absolutely killing it on the floor this season, despite undergoing a lot of injuries in the past couple of seasons. Across 13 games so far, the Slim Reaper ranks second in terms of scoring, with 31.4 points a ball game, and he also logs in 7.5 rebounds and 5.5 assists. Despite Booker and Beal flanking him offensively, Durant is still undoubtedly the main gunner of the Suns, as he recently became the first player in Suns history to score 400-plus points through the first 13 games of a season. On top of that, he's also delivering for the Suns in late games by hitting ice-cold daggers left and right to prove that he's still one of the baddest men in the NBA today. Durant has so far dropped 30-plus points 5 times in this month alone, which includes back-to-back 38 and 39-point outings against Utah and a 41-point explosion against Detroit. And from the looks of things, there's no stopping this scoring rampage coming from KD anytime soon. Now, at number 6, we got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Despite all the attention fixated with his newest co-star, Damian Lillard, the Greek Freak continues to put up freakish numbers, averaging a double-double of 30.2 points, 10 rebounds, while dishing out 4.6 assists on a career best of 62.1% shooting from the field. After a rocky start this season, the Milwaukee Bucks seem to be hitting their stride as of late by winning their last 5 games, and with Lillard being in and out of the lineup because of injuries, the Bucks are going to depend on Giannis more than ever. And the good thing though is that even if he does or doesn't have a co-star, Giannis will still be Giannis regardless, as he'd play all out and put up ridiculous numbers just to get the W. Anyway, we're now at the half of our list, and for the 5th player in the NBA right now, we got the speedy Tyrese Maxey. Although James Harden is probably smiling from ear to ear now because he finally got what he wanted, it actually looks like Tyrese Maxey is the biggest winner of that blockbuster trade, as he's currently averaging 26.8 points, 4.8 rebounds, and 7.2 assists, while shooting insanely well from the field with 47.5% and clocking career best in terms of efficiency in both three-point range and free throws. With the beard out of the equation, Maxey became the second guy in the 76ers pecking order, behind Joel Embiid. And based on the eye test, his breakneck playstyle fits quite well with Embiid's methodical offensive approach, which is why the 76ers are playing at a contender level right now, with a 10-4 win-loss record. Now, for the number 4 player on the list, it'll be a shame if I don't put gilgeous-alexander on this spot. With SGA leading the pack of young and hungry OKC squad, they're currently shocking the league with a 10-4 win-loss slate and are now sitting 3rd in the Western Conference. Across the last 14 games, SGA is averaging just under 30 points a ball game, together with 6.2 rebounds and 5.8 assists, while shooting 53.5% from the field and 36% from 3. SGA is slowly evolving to being the craftiest playmaker/scorer in NBA history, with the way he's been slithering inside and exploiting the defense on his own terms. He's also currently leading the league in drive attempts with 21 a ball game, which he similarly did last season. And as long as SGA is in charge at the helm, we can expect that this current iteration of the Thunder will put up a lot of W's in the win column moving forward. Anyway, at number 3, we got the Magic Man, Luka Doncic. Before the season started, a lot of people were saying that this is going to be the year that Luka will finally win the MVP. And so far, across 14 games, it's actually turning out that way. Luka is averaging MVP-like numbers to the tune of 30.6 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 8.1 assists on 50% from the field and 42.2% from downtown. The Mavs were on a hot start as they won 4 straight games right off the gates, and they're now actually doing well with a 9-5 record, which is good enough to secure the 4th spot in the West as of this recording. In his 6th season in the league, Luka is on a historic pace once again as he tries to carry the Mavs over the hump along with the help of Kyrie. So far, he's doing a great job leading the team as the franchise superstar, and it seems that everything is clicking right now for the Mavs, as Luka finally got some solid pieces around him to help him contend deep in the playoffs. Now, for the 2nd spot on the list, I'll have to give this one to the former back-to-back MVP, Nikola Jokic. Coming off their championship run last season, Jokic is following that up by flirting with a triple-double stat line of 27.4 points, 13.1 rebounds, 8.7 assists on 57.3% shooting. Without question, the Joker is still the best basketball player on this planet right now, and it looks like this trend is going to continue in the next couple of seasons. His ability to dominate the game using his smarts and instincts are just unprecedented, and the fact that he's been scoring with such ease by having a 10-inch vertical is simply mind-blowing. As of this recording, the Nuggets are shaping up to be title contenders yet again, with a 10-4 record, and as long as Jokic is doing what he does best on every given night, this Nuggets team is going to be in a title picture for years to come. Anyway, we're now down to the best player in the NBA right now, and I'm giving the top spot to Joel Embiid. In the aftermath of the James Harden saga, Joel Embiid just went unhinged and is currently averaging 31.9 points, which is the best in the league, along with 11.2 rebounds, 6.2 assists, and 1.5 blocks on 50.2% shooting from the field. The reigning MVP leads the 76ers to a 10-4 record as of this recording, and it looks like he's going for a back-to-back this season with the way he's been dominating so far on both ends of the floor. Embiid is still the top unicorn in the league outside of Nikola Jokic, especially because of how he's elevated his offensive game to a whole new level in the past 2 seasons. Without question, the 76ers are going to be a powerhouse in the East with champion head coach Nick Nurse calling the shots from the sidelines. And with Harden finally out of Philly, Embiid can now operate at a high level with less drama to worry about in the backdrop.